Very crazy, very underreported. Don't know how true it is. I saw Alex Jones say it last week, and then I found one article talking about it. So Justice John Roberts allegedly is friends with this guy Eisen, who's I think the guy causing a lot of the ruckus with these courts trying to knock down Trump's executive orders. So let's take a look at this article from this hole in the wall website real quick, because this is the only place I found it. All right, the American Thinker. So Chief Justice and Norm Eisen, that's the guy. And the appearance of impropriety. So news broke over the last couple of days that Chief Justice John Roberts, good buddies is Norm Eisen, one of the chief investigators of the plot to destroy Donald Trump through the deep state manipulation and lawfare, under a long-standing federal rule of judicial conduct banning even the appearance of impropriety. Justice Roberts' close relationship with Eisen means he should step down. We all know who John Roberts is. He is the squish who leapfrogged from having been an appellate court judge for only 2 years to suddenly being Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Since then, he embedded Obamacare, and nope, I'm not going to donate just yet. I didn't know that, though. I know that he was an appellate judge for only 2 years. Since then, he embedded Obamacare in America and has rather consistently sided with the court's activist justices on issues that, as matter of constitutional law and Supreme Court precedent, deserved originalist outcomes. Weird. I mean, yeah, so Roberts was appointed by Bush, and he's a Republican supposedly, but he doesn't seem like a Republican. I mean, just gut feeling, total speculation, say allegedly, say maybe, say who knows, my guess. Like, Justice Roberts is like, oh, he's been like high up there for me in terms of somebody who like I could totally see being blackmailed with the way he acts. He's super wishy-washy. Most egregiously, when Roberts presided over the first impeachment against Trump, which conservatives believed was to keep people from learning about Joe Biden's corrupt dealings in Ukraine through his son Hunter, he ensured that Trump was denied basic due process. To that end, he denied Trump access to any of the proceedings in the hotel and to Democrat witnesses, and Trump was not allowed to bring his own witnesses. This was the first time in history that impeachment proceedings with roots in medieval England was carried out without due process for the accused. Heck, even a drug dealer would have had more rights. So let's get to Norm Eisen. All right. Not everyone, though, knows much about Norm Eisen, although they should. Eisen rose to prominence in 2007 when he campaigned for his fellow Harvard law classmate, Barack Obama. Obama rewarded Eisen, ironically, with a role in ethics in government reform. Also, ironically, Eisen aggressively pushed for greater government transparency, the very thing that Elon Musk is now making happen. And the Democrats are burning Teslas to stop. Where Eisen really started flexing his muscles, though, was when Trump was elected. It was Eisen who was the architect of the Ukraine impeachment against Trump again, something conservatives believe was a fraudulent effort intended to stop, and that did stop Trump from exposing how Hunter Biden was manipulating foreign policy to enrich his family. According to the Washington Post, Eisen was a critical force in building the case for impeachment. All right. Also, during Trump's years, Eisen was one of the people who sought to destroy professionally and personally John Eastman and Jenna Ellis, Trump's attorney, during the fraught post-2020 election. This was the first time ever that the government had persecuted lawyers in this way. Eisen is a pure Democrat Party hack who has the contacts and intelligence to advance a variety of initiatives that conservatives continue to believe do not align with facts or law. And that's why it was shocking to learn that Eisen and John Roberts, the same man who denied Trump his due process rights, Eisen, are good friends. According to Norm Eisen, the man who practically wrote the deep state's playbook and color revolutions, all things anti-Trump and lawfare in the U.S., he and Chief Justice John Roberts are not only good pals, but they even spent a week together in the Czech Republic. According to Norm, the two BFFs were there working on, quote, American rule of law issues. Yeah. Norm was so proud of this that he actually bragged about the trip and made it very clear that Roberts isn't corrupt. He's just a close friend who happened to fly overseas to stay at Eisen's posh 150-room palace to collaborate on the transatlantic political projects. Moreover, Eisen has spoken publicly about the fact that Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett are a highly intelligent woman with small mind and stunning lack of wisdom who owes her place in the Supreme Court to Trump, dislike Trump, and want to block. This guy's not the best writer. In other words, it seems Eisen is saying the two justices are pre-deciding cases out of personal animus toward Trump and the agenda that the American people elected Trump to implement. Norm Eisen said his longtime friend John Roberts probably did not like Trump Trump's address to Congress. So Norm thanks John and Amy Coney Barrett, who also appear to sound like Trump, will continue to vote against Trump administration. So there you go. Oh, yep, there's Alex's post. So I gotta look into this more because I just heard about the other day. But yeah, I've always had a weird feeling about John Roberts. I hardly ever acknowledge that he was a Republican because he doesn't act like a Republican. And yeah, weird guy. And this guy Norm seems like he just outright is like open about hating Trump. So if Roberts is hanging out with him all the time, then that's not good.